Alright, we're going to go over ramp room really quick, or as quickly as possible, with either 2 players or 1 player. So you're either playing here with a teammate or by yourself. Opening utility, the most important one is just throwing this Molotov, and you want to line up at the top of the red box and throw it by the time you're entering the room. So it doesn't really matter how you come into the room, as long as by the time you're entering it, it lands. You don't want it to land any deeper than that, otherwise they can run through it before it's like even established. Good early flashes to throw, or this one, back against the back wall, and it can be anywhere along here, as long as it's at the bottom of that door frame, and it'll come nice and deep and blind anybody who's deep on this angle. If you suspect that somebody's on this side of the wall and you know their position is made, you can throw the exact same flash just up close at the corner and it'll go deeper. Oops, that got me. But that'll go deeper and catch anybody on hugging this side. Obviously, unless they're tucked right in, but if anybody's peeking on this side, it's a good flash to catch them off guard. After that's molly is done, you want to try to throw a smoke. You'd want to get it as deep as possible, so that's if you were a little closer, you can throw it off of the same wall, and you just get it to go deeper in. So sometimes it's good to path where you throw the Molotov short, and then you'd come tight and throw the smoke deeper. And it depending on where you throw the Molotov, if it goes deeper, it will put it out. But if you wait it out until just when the molly's about to stop, you can get it to plume right after. And that gives you a lot of early round control at ramp. That's pretty much the opening utility that's used most often. I'm going to go over some positioning choices that depends on if you're having 2 people at ramp or 1 person at ramp. So if you have 2 people at ramp, you want to pretend like the ramp room is split in half. So drawing an invisible line from here over to this electrical box, you want to play on this side of it or the other side. So you're either on the ramp or you're like top ramp, I guess you could say. So on the ramp, you can play positions like here, which can be really strong because once you're spotted, you can back up to another angle and watch maybe just this side if you have somebody at CJ. They have a lot further to run out to get you, so if they're looking at you, they're going to get crossfired by your teammate who can be watching something like this. Another good position is you can be crouched anywhere around here. If you want to see them, you go a little bit further, anywhere past to the right of this like metal thing. You can stand up and you can see into the ramp room. Anywhere to the left of it, you're hidden. So it's a good way to know where you can be seen, where you can see or be seen. Another position you can play early is along this back wall. There's 2 positions here. There's this one where you're a lot tighter to this wall. There's also this corner which you're further away, but you're not tucked in as tight. So you can play with those 2 depending on how they're peeking you. Another position is the V box, and you play behind here, and you can flash and peek, or have your teammate flash and peek, and you can peek nice and deep. This is usually good if you have a sniper, but you can also use it as a rifle. From here, you can throw a really wicked grenade by putting a crosshair around this light and run throwing. Oops, that failed. That goes nice and deep right into here. So if anybody's sitting on either side of this doorway, they get hit. And you didn't even have to peek. So that's a really good nade to throw from here. And then if they are rushing you, you can come close to this box and you can just do an underhand smoke to be able to get around it and stay alive, where you can kind of even tuck into this corner, or you can come and play the edge of the smoke, or literally go inside the smoke and come out to the right, on the right side or something. Got a lot of options playing this spot and trying to like stay alive. Well, your teammate's going to be around CJ most of the time. He can also commit on the left side to here, Kevin,
Check in.
or tucked in here to have a crossfire. But most of the time, like the early round, we're going to be playing fast rotator to A. But since we have 3 people there, we might want to commit to holding ramp or making a play at ramp a little bit more often. I'll let you guys play around with that and see how it feels. Other position, there's 2 other positions that I want to go over. They're a little bit more in depth. The one position is this position here, where you can play here and you can peek or hide, tuck in close to this box, hide yourself from the ramp as much as possible while still not peeking forward. So you can really split the terrace before you take a fight, because they'll be up close here or coming this way, and you can tuck right into this corner and fight them at ramp, and not have to fight these guys, hopefully, especially if there's a guy CJ watching a crossfire, so he can kind of watch like here, and as they try to go one side or the other, he can help you. And you can just kind of tuck and play off of them. Things you can do at this position are you can jump up on this railing, and at the right angles you can see their head, just the tip. But you see in this little jump up, so this spot can be really useful, especially if you want to do something crazy like play like this, because there's this little spot where the railing changes. The same thing happens on this side, which also screws you up. So if you're here, you can just barely see their head, just a little bit, and if you go up like further than just this like line here, for whatever reason it's not here, but it's like here, and you step up to a higher elevation, it's like 1 step up. I can kick the bots and show you in a second, but the difference between what they see is actually ridiculous. So they can see your whole upper body. Here you can only see the tip of his head. So if I kick the bots, I'll show you what it looks like. So it's here, and you just whoopsie here, and if you're just going along the edge, you see this little pixel jump up. Dang it, what the heck. So it just pops me up when I get here. So basically once I pass the corner of the box, it kind of just gives you this extra elevation, and you can see more of them, but they can see more of you. So it's good to play like maybe a little bit lower in like a headshot angle, somewhere crazy like this, or somewhere back here like on this, where this other elevation comes in, but it can actually help you because you're further away from the angle. And it'd be cool to like line your head up with something like that, so it's just like a distraction of something else. The other position is up on top of these boxes, so you can boost it up on here, but you all know this. And a lot of us play right here and just stay crouched, which is very strong. But I want to see how this position works out, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like a little elevation drop down. And you can hide completely, unless you peek out a little bit, then you can spot ramp. And this way, if you watch this sliver, you know if they've gone lower, but you're playing as passive as possible still, but getting information. Whereas if you're here, you still see them, but they might actually be looking up here. So if their crosshair placement's really good and they're good, they're gonna pop you. You can also peek this a lot wider, but I think it's strong to sit here like this even, because by the time people are getting to about here, they have cover, but they're gonna be looking this way, down here. If they're over on this side looking down, they're going to be off with their crosshair by the time you get to see them. I think that covers everything I wanted to go over on ramp for early round openings. We're gonna try to treat ramp like we treat top mid on Inferno. It's not a bomb site. We don't want to hold it. So late round. So early round, we want to stuff a rush, stop them from working a pick. And so for the first 45 seconds, 50 seconds, we want to hold it. When it's less than a minute left in the round, we can give up ramp and we can drop down to lower. And positions you can play lower really quick early can be either side of here. You can play somebody on this side and you can just stay tucked in. You can get tucked in over here. They can't see you there, but you can see there. Unless, I think if you have a silence M4, they might be able to see the tip of your gun. But if you have a A1 or something less than that, it can be really strong. You can play back here. Obviously here and here are like pretty far away, so if you ever had to rotate, you'd probably go in through vents if you're playing anywhere past there. Anywhere up to like this line, like from the red box and forward, you can probably rotate through heaven or even flank through lobby if you have enough time. I think that's everything for util here. Hope you guys liked it. Bye for now.